లైఫ్ సైన్సెస్ హబ్ గా హైదరాబాద్ మారుతోందని తెలంగాణ ఐటీ శాఖ మంత్రి KTR అన్నారు. హైదరాబాద్ లో ప్రారంభమైన CII సమ్మిట్ లో పాల్గొన్న ఆయన 6 ఏళ్లుగా తెలంగాణకు కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ఏమీ ఇవ్వలేదని విమర్శించారు. ITIR ఇస్తామని హామీ ఇచ్చి మోదీ సర్కార్ మాట తప్పిందని ఆరోపించారు. కేంద్రం రాష్ట్రాల ప్రభుత్వాలు సమిష్టిగా పనిచేస్తేనే ఆత్మనిర్భర్ భారత్ సాధ్యమని అన్నారు. రాష్ట్రంలో వ్యవసాయాన్ని లాభసాటిగా మార్చేందుకు CM KCR అనేక చర్యలు తీసుకుంటున్నారని మంత్రి KTR తెలిపారు.
We say make in India, but unfortunately we still are not really making in India. We are merely a country which assembles. We don't really manufacture much here. Let me just remind Government of India, particularly Piyush Goyal ji, Nirmala Sitharaman ji and Honorable Prime Minister, as to what promises they had made to the state of Telangana and to the state of Andhra Pradesh at the time of bifurcation of the erstwhile United Andhra Pradesh. We were promised, the industries in both states were promised special incentives to further create employment opportunities for our youngsters in these two states. It has been 6.5 years. No special incentive has been given. No announcement has been made, even though it was embedded in the AP Reorganization Act. An act is statute. It's a law. And if Government of India does not honor its own promise made in the Parliament, who will? I think that's a question that needs to be answered, that needs to be addressed by Government of India. They have also promised, the previous Union Government, UPA, had announced information technology investment regions in the country. One in Hyderabad, one more in Bangalore, I think one more in Vizag, another one in Odisha. 6.5 years, no decision gets made. No discussion on whether or not they will move forward with ITIR. And eventually, the Honorable IT Minister comes for an election campaign here and then goes on to announce that it has been scrapped. In spite of our numerous requests, in spite of detailed project reports being submitted, in spite of the well-intentioned, well-meaning efforts from the state government. Unfortunately, we have not received support. Had ITIR been grounded today, Hyderabad has been growing. Of course, we have been growing with the support of the local industry. But had ITIR been grounded and had central government invested more in creating infrastructure in our state, I think we would have created a couple more lakhs of employment at least. And we would have grown at a much more, aggressive. The central government also promised, as part of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act, a steel factory, an integrated steel plant at Bayaram in Warangal district, erstwhile Warangal district of Telangana. Unfortunately, not an inch has moved in spite of multiple requests from our side. The central government also had promised a rail coach factory in Warangal again. In spite of state government submitting all the details, giving out more than the land that was required. 60 acres of land was asked for. We gave 150 acres of land. But unfortunately again, they have decided not to take it up. I can go on and on. There are multiple such things where they've industrial corridors. We've been asking, nothing comes our way. High-speed rails, Hyderabad does not find its place. Bullet rail, unfortunately it only goes through Gujarat. Starts in Delhi, goes to Bombay via Gujarat. South of India, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad. Unfortunately, we don't seem to figure in the scheme of things. I can go on and on. We have requested for more electronics manufacturing clusters. The 2 manufacturing clusters that were sanctioned by UPA about 7-8 years ago are now to the brim. We want more electronic manufacturing clusters. Make in India bolne se kuch nahi hota hai. Jagah bhi banana padta hai, but they don't sanction. I can go on and on. In fact, some things are so silly. See, India talks of competing with China and the large manufacturing countries in the world. How do you compete with China? Unless you achieve economies of scale, unless you think on scale, you cannot compete with a large manufacturing country like China. Classic example is, in the recently concluded BioAsia, I met with a medical devices manufacturer. So I was talking to this gentleman and I was asking him as to where he manufactures most of his products. He said, sir, I don't manufacture anything in India. I merely import them from China. I put my label, I sell them in the market. I said, why would you do that? He said, sir, it costs me more to manufacture here than to import. Simple as that. Our import duties are ridiculous. It's a simple example. But the fact is, why are our import duties, why are our manufacturing expenses more in comparison to imports from China or another country, another large manufacturing country? That is because we don't think on scale. When we reached out to Government of India and when we told them that we would like to set up a large pharma park, largest pharma park in the world, in 19,000 acres, and when we requested their support, they are completely blindsided. They do not want to really take up a proposal seriously. I mean, they make all these nice statements. Self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, अच्छा स्लोगन है, बट उसके लिए एक भूमिका भी बनानी पड़ती है, उसके लिए कोई काम भी करना पड़ता है. It won't just happen by sloganeering. Make in India बोलने से नहीं बनता है. My appeal to Government of India is, please think on scale. Support governments which have acquired land. Telangana state has already acquired more than 12,000 acres of land for Pharma Park. Why will you not support us? Are we not part of India? यहाँ बनाने से मेक इन तेलंगाना, मेक इन इंडिया नहीं होता है क्या?